What's happening, sports fans? We got another great top recruit to talk to. We go to San Pasqual now. Jordan Engdhal. She's a field hockey player. She's going to be going to UC Davis. As you can see there, she's wearing this shirt. She's rocking it proudly. Thank you so much for being on with us. Let's start with that decision. Why the Aggies?
Well, I chose the Aggies because I love the coach. I love the players. I've been up there for a few tournaments, and I just love the campus, and it was the right choice for me.
Was it always on the radar? Was there, did you just discover it along the way? How did you arrive here ultimately?
Well, I play club field hockey, so I got that through my club team, and then I just went to tournaments, and the coach contacted me, and we were both just on each other's radar. So she reached out to me, I reached out to her, and I got recruited.
That had to have finally felt nice. I mean, I know it's been a little bit since I went through the college application process, but I sort of remember it being incredibly stressful and difficult. That had to have felt pretty nice when you realized, oh, I know where I'm going. They want me. I want them. What was that moment like for you when you finally made that decision?
Man, it was a great feeling. Just the feeling of being accepted, the feeling of having the next 4 years with a great group of girls. I'm super excited.
So enough about the next 4 years. Let's talk about the last 4 years. The field hockey scene here in San Diego, it's a pretty small upper crust. Everybody kind of is aware of the fact that Sarah has won, 20 trillion titles and all that. But you guys are the team that took them down. You guys are the team that historically ended streaks. You've been in CIF championship games. You've had a pretty epic experience in your own ways. So what have the last 4 years been like for you?
Last 4 years, oh my goodness, it was a great time in high school. Yeah, junior year took them out of their 90+ winning streak. That one felt good. Yeah, man, that was a great feeling. Yeah, just playing with the team, just growing through that experience. I think it was really good growing alongside those girls, and I loved the experience of high school. I mean, and then getting to be captain my senior year, it was an awesome experience teaching those girls.
Now, if you don't mind, just because I love the context of this story. They've won 90+ games. There were seniors that had never lost a game, and then you guys take them out. We had your coach in studio with us like 2 or 3 days afterwards. We've heard this story told a couple times from your football coach's perspective, that they sent like the whole team over to stand up at the top of the stands and go look. I just have to ask, is that the greatest game that you've played in?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, all the hype before the game. Everyone's like, okay, I know this is gonna be a hard game, but everyone just do your best, okay? And halftime talk. Oh man,
Oh,
Cap- captains.
this is a detail of the story that I am yet to hear.
It was 0-0 half. Uh, Captains were like, guys, come on, like they haven't lost, and we have nothing to lose. Like put it all out there. And it was just one of those moments where the team just was one, and it was so awesome. Yeah,
And it all finally clicked.
yeah.
What everybody, and I know a ton about sports, and I know you know a ton about your sport, so I hate to have to kind of ask like these simple questions, but everybody kind of knows football, basketball, baseball. For field hockey, what are maybe some misconceptions, myths, just things people don't understand about your sport?
A lot of people don't understand that you can only use one side of the stick. Um, when I explained that, they're like, "Oh, I thought hockey was like both sides," because they think of ice hockey, but that's usually the only
So
one.
there's really nothing you can get done with that back, because I know it's flat on one side, curved on the other, and so there really is just nothing you can get done with that back half of the stick.
No, yeah, you have to flip it, and then for reverse shots, you have to use the blade of the stick.
So what you're saying is ball control is underratedly or underappreciatedly difficult.
Yes,
And,
yeah,
and especially I've seen some of these scrums too, where it starts to get to be like 5 or 6 bodies all really close together and everybody's reaching in for the stick. So at that point, do you have any really actual control or knowledge of where the ball's going? Or are you just going in there kind of like, I'm gonna start taking hacks, and let's like how do you figure that out? Walk us through what that sort of scrum for a ball is like.
Well, hopefully you don't have 5 people around a ball at once. Usually there's only like two. It's like a 1v1 or a 2v1. Um, but there is definitely some skill to it. You can use your body to shield someone out, or you can pop the ball over their stick and just pull to get away from them. It's all about technique, honestly. But yeah, hopefully there's not 5 people around the ball.
I feel like there's also more drain and strain on the body than is necessarily understood. I know that, like, worst case scenario, I've seen some balls get elevated and hit people in the faces and whatnot, but even just running around, the posture you have to take, by the end of a season, you have to be pretty exhausted and beat up.
Yeah, but you train for that. It's all about in the weight room and in your morning diet and everything. It hurts, but you get a lot of reward out of it. So got to keep pushing.
I think that's the mentality that a lot of that separates athletes from everyone else is I don't mind the pain. It's a rewarding thing. It means I did a good job.
Right.
We were talking to a lacrosse goalie a day or two ago who was like, "Oh yeah, I was so proud of the first welt that I had on my arm. That meant I didn't dump." I'm like, do you not understand?
You get those signed. You're like, hey, sign that.
Yeah, and you're like, do you not understand that goes against like basic human survival of being like proud of like, look how beat up I am. This is so cool. So are you just walking around like dribbling, scooting the ball around the house? Like, what are you doing in your downtime to stay occupied and fill your days?
Downtime, going over to my friend's house. She has some free weights, so lifting over there, and then I have some turf in my backyard, so in the ball out there, just knocking it around.
Okay, so that's the generic answer. I'm sure the UC Davis coaches will love to hear that, and everyone, she's such a hardworking athlete. But I mean, you're not doing that 24/7. So I mean, are you picking up do you now play the guitar, or do you bake now? Like, everyone's picking up some sort of new hobby or something like that.
Playing the ukulele a little bit more, baking definitely.
Okay. We will go no further. We've already had one ukulele concert. We will now have a second one. Will you regale us with a little bit? No?
No, it's not tuned right now. It's somewhere.
It's not tuned right now, and it's somewhere are two different answers and not the same answer. And you looked in the direction that I'm pretty sure it is. I bet if we panned over to your right-hand side, you would see it sitting right there, perfectly tuned, but fair enough. If you don't want to, we won't force you. How did you get started with the ukulele, though?
Wanted it for Christmas, and I asked for it, and I was like, I'm going to teach myself how to play. And just YouTube, anything on YouTube.
That's kind of crazy now that YouTube has just become basically school. It's become education. You can Google it. Will you reach a point, though, where you will be confident enough to give us a quick concert someday on here on our Instagram? Someday, yes. Okay. Well, we have that as a video. This will be the throwback Thursday. This will be the before, and eventually we'll get to the after of it. Speaking of downtime, I hate to kind of take it in a little bit more serious of a direction, but no other high school seniors have ever had their year ended early like this because of a global pandemic. I mean, what the heck has this been like for you?
Just time of uncertainty, honestly. Just I feel like that's the generic answer, but it really is. I mean, everyone and everything is up in the air right now. Graduation, prom obviously canceled. I care about more graduation than prom, but just walking across that stage is such a thing that I've been looking forward to, and everyone's been looking forward to for their 4 years and their 12 years leading up to that. I feel like it's more of a thing for parents also. I mean, they've supported us through many trials, and just being able to see that is going to be a little bit hard, but I mean, we have the next 4 years to get that graduation in college, so
yeah, don't jinx it.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. 73 top recruit interviews done in the last 40 days, and you were the first person to think of your parents. You're the first person to bring that up and think of the adults and how they're going through all of this. And I have also not thought of that, and that is sad. Parents, you put in a lot of effort to see your kids be done, and you could be like, get the hell out now.
Right.
So I'm sorry that parents, you didn't get that rewarding moment. I've heard some schools talking about wanting to do like a drive-through graduation or something, like drive through the stadium and everyone what is San Pasqual thinking for graduation?
Our principal sent out a survey that he wanted all the seniors to fill out, and it was either like postpone it, do a drive-by, just like they announce your name and you wave, and that's it. I voted for having a real graduation, just postponed a little bit. So yeah, everything's really up in the air. There's no really concrete thing right now.
But your vote is for wait a little bit, postpone graduation, because you want that moment of moving the tassel over, throwing it up, doing all of the stereotypical things that I'm sure everybody was looking forward to. I wonder what that'll be like, though, when you're like, we've been done with school for a month and a half, and now we're going to go back to graduation. Maybe a little anticlimactic. Who knows? Might just be nice to have everybody back together. We really appreciate you coming on and sharing a little bit of your time and all that with us, folks. This is a part of the interview where wherever you are, stay at least 6 feet away from Jordan, but give her a round of applause, a pat on the back, a salute, whatever it is, because she's going to be one of the student athletes who's representing all of us next year at the next level as she goes on to play field hockey at UC Davis. Thank you so much for being on with us. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep practicing that ukulele because we need to hear some music as soon as humanly possible. Sports fans, you guys stay safe and healthy too. We'll talk to you guys on the next Top Recruit.